bag is actually best for the environment? Paper, plastic, or reusables? The answers may surprise you. Many cities across the United States are banning plastic bags like these. Could banning force us to be using more dangerous alternatives to our environment? These bans are not being placed upon these items because they produce a higher footprint than the other alternatives. These bans are being placed because they are contributors to litter that is actually ending up in our storm drains and causing flooding, or ending up in our waterways and destroying our marine life. Let's compare the paper bag to the plastic bag. The paper bag, which was replaced by the plastic bag, however it's still widely used today, requires 70% more air pollution to produce this paper bag than it does the plastic bag. However, it is recycled at a higher rate than the plastic bag. In order to be par with the carbon emissions of the plastic bag, this bag must be used more than 4 times. Today's paper bags are used using a sustainable forestry practices. This particular bag was made using 40% post-consumer waste material. That means that 40% of the contents of this bag was made using recycled material. The other 60% must be derived from virgin materials, and in order for that number to be higher, that means that the bag would be actually less durable and less dense. So that's why many of the grocery bags that we see today on the market are made using 40% post-consumer waste material. Because of the recent bans on plastic bags, many retailers, like the retailer that I work for, have been offering their customers bags like these. These are reusable bags. Reusable bags can come in all kinds of different forms, but ideally we see them more of this style, or the cotton, or the jute offering. In order to be par with the carbon emissions of the plastic bag, this type of bag must be used 173 times. And 173 times may be compromised by the frequent washings that needs to happen to avoid any foodborne illness that may derive by using this bag without washing it. When people use these bags and they use it to store meats and then they don't wash them, they are going to be more susceptible to a foodborne illness. And so folks need to realize that that could pose as a risk. The cotton in the jute bag also have a high carbon footprint as well. Many times these items derive from virgin materials, and cotton is a very high emissions crop. And many times these style of bags have to be shipped off to those virgin materials need to be shipped off to other countries where they can be produced into shopping bags and then returned to us. So that process is also very carbon hefty. So how do we alleviate our eco-guilt? Simply by avoiding unnecessary bags to begin with, such as when we go to purchase our beer, wine, or spirits. It is unnecessary to get this extra brown paper bag in order for it to go home with you. Many times it's a misconception that retailers have to abide by a law that those items have to be placed inside brown paper sacks. At least in Washington, that is just not true. There is no bagging law requiring those bags to be placed in, those bottles to be placed inside those bags. When choosing a plastic bag, make sure that these items get recycled. These items can be recycled easily at the retailers and where they derive from. When choosing a paper bag, choose a paper bag that comes from 100% post-consumer waste material, or make sure that also make sure that those paper bags were produced using sustainable forest practices. When choosing a reusable bag, choose a reusable bag that is durable enough to last 173 uses. That way, it's at par, at least to the plastic bag that it's replacing. Also, choose reusable bags that are made using organic materials or sustainably grown. And lastly, choose reusable bags that haven't been imported. Choose ones that have been made locally here, so that there's less emissions to bring those products to us. So now that you know some information about shopping bags, perhaps you can alleviate some of your eco-guilt and do better by the planet.